Hi, I'm Dr. John Douillard, and welcome to LifeSpa.com, where we prove the ancient medical wisdom of Ayurveda with modern science. And today, I want to talk about stress and strategies to cope with stress. We all know that stress is debilitating, it's degenerative, it breaks the body down. How do we cope with it? We know that stress can shorten your telomeres, which is Nobel Prize winning science by Elizabeth Blackburn that showed that when you're under a lot of stress, your telomeres shorten and it accelerates the aging process. What can we do to help lengthen and protect our telomeres, protect our microbiome, which is also negatively affected by stress? Yoga, breathing, meditation, a healthy lifestyle in sync with the natural cycles, the rhythms of nature, the circadian clock, all of them have been shown to support a healthy antidote for stress, to help lengthen the telomeres. So there's many things we can do, and of course I write about the lifestyle Ayurveda suggests, which is eating with the seasons, living in sync with the circadian clock, going to bed at the right time, waking up at the right time, resetting your circadian clock, all of them critically important things. Then there's herbs, and there's 3 herbs, particularly herbs that I write about in the article associated with this video, that are classic anti-stress agents. And one of them, maybe the most well-studied anti-stress adaptogenic herb on the planet, is called ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is one of those herbs that has been shown to increase the cortisol levels, the stress hormones, when they're low. But if they're too high, it'll decrease those cortisol levels. We call that in Ayurveda herbal intelligence, where the herb isn't designed to just manipulate the body by hook or by crook. It's designed to restore homeostasis and balance, and it restores the balance of the body. It has some herbal homeostatic intelligence, which is really cool. Ashwagandha has been shown to decrease lipid peroxide, oxidation, breakdown of the body. It's been shown to support mood stabilizing neurotransmitters. It's been shown to support sleep. It gives you the energy and the rejuvenation you need so you can sedate yourself and go to sleep at night. Of course, we know stress, what it does is it amps up your cortisol levels. It keeps the cortisol levels excessively high, and then at nighttime, when the body's trying to sedate itself and get ready to sleep, the cortisol levels stay very, very high. Ashwagandha gives you that energy to help get you to go to sleep. But that same herb can give you the energy in the morning to go run a marathon. When I was the director of player development for the New Jersey Nets in the NBA, we gave them ashwagandha before every practice and before every game to help them cope with the stress of the game. And you can take it, for before a basketball game and before sleep. Point being, it's not a stimulant, it's not a sedative, it's a deep adaptogenic rejuvenative that gives you the energy to be calm. So it's really cool in that regard. And historically it was put in soups and stews. That is just a fantastic antidote for the woes and the degenerative impact of stress. The next one is called Bacopa, sometimes called Brahmi in the South, but Bacopa is a brain-derived neurotropic factor. So is ashwagandha. What is a brain-derived neurotropic factor? Is an agent that helps support the natural growth of brain cells. Now, years ago, everybody said, oh, when you drink too much, you kill brain cells and they never grow back. Well, now we know that that's not necessarily true, that you actually do grow new brain cells on a regular basis. And there are agents that have been proven to be what are called brain-derived neurotropic factors, ashwagandha being one of them, and Bacopa being another. Now, Bacopa may be the classic herb for mental clarity, focus, clarity in school, issues regarding attention deficit, things like that. It's been shown to support cognition, memory. Again, it decreases the lipid oxidation, the free radical damage in the body. It has clearly shown to boost certain neurotransmitters for mental health and mood stability. And it also has a balancing and a homeostatic effect on cortisol. Remember, cortisol is the chemical, the hormone of stress in the body. When you're under a lot of stress, the adrenals will be asked to produce more stress-fighting hormone, more cortisol, which gets you up a tree, saves your life, but the degenerative impact of that long-term can accelerate the aging process and just make you, the more you stimulate the body with stress, the more adrenaline, cortisol you have to produce. So we're stimulating the body to make this run up a tree, save your life from a bear hormone, which is debilitating and depleting over time. So then the body has to figure out a way, how do I deal with this? I got to borrow more energy from somewhere else, and that's the problem. So now not only the adrenals become kind of unable to produce the proper amount of cortisol in sync with the circadian clock, increase during the day, decrease at night. Now they're up all the time, which creates real problems with sleep and real problems with your overall health. So it's really important to understand that when you push the body into states of exhaustion, the body will start borrowing from other systems, like make you crave more sugar. It'll impact your thyroid and ask your thyroid to upregulate and stimulate higher metabolism, which can deplete your thyroid function. And it can go to your reproductive hormones and borrow from them. Your progesterone in particular converts directly into cortisol, and to give you that energy you need to get up a tree, save your life. But then it slowly depletes your progesterone levels, which leaves you oftentimes with an unopposed estrogen. And when the body perceives you have too much estrogen and not enough progesterone, then you end up having all these estrogenic issues, which can be gaining weight and affecting blood sugar and growing things you don't want to grow in your body, because that's what estrogen does. It grows things, right? So this is why it's so important for us to be able to help mitigate stress with yoga, breathing, meditation, lifestyle, and sync with the rhythms, going downstream with the current, and then using herbs specifically to help mitigate the stress if you're feeling like you're, under the gun and being pushed too hard. You can pay off the debt with these herbs as opposed to dipping into your own personal bank account. And that's what's neat about the herbs. If you're under a lot of stress, use these herbs adaptogenically to help you cope so you don't get run down and get debilitated and then get depleted, physiologically. And then the last one I write about in the article is called Tulsi, holy basil. Tulsi, maybe I think it's called the mother of all herbs. And whenever these Ayurvedic herbs have these like big sort of, very large, exaggerated titles like the mother of all herbs, you always wonder, why is this herb so good? Well, it does a lot of adaptogenic things. It can support healthy sleep, cognitive function. It supports healthy reproductive function, libido, sex drive, all of that. Stabilizes blood sugar, good for cardiovascular health, really great for memory. But one of my favorite things, and I think the herbs that have those really blown up names like the mother of all herbs, they do something at a much, much deeper level. Some of the volatile oils in the Tulsi, the eugenol and the euxolic acid, are really great for stabilizing mood and have all kinds of research to support that. But they also, the euxolic acid and the eugenol, have been shown to actually break up biofilm. And in your intestinal tract, in our mouth, we have plaque, which is a biofilm to protect certain bugs. In our intestinal tract, we create biofilms that protect certain bugs. And the bugs start to sort of isolate, nationalize, versus being all globally connected as one microbiome. We have these little pockets of bugs that are growing separate from the whole, and that's never a good thing. And Tulsi has been shown to break up those biofilms. And when you break up the biofilms, you support health at some of the most fundamental levels, which is the level of our microbiology, which is really critical. And of course, the Tulsi is so sattvic in nature, easy to digest and supportive, that it actually supports an environment for the really good beneficial bugs to really grow. It supports a severing of the relationship of the stress from the outside world impacting your intestinal skin and allowing the intestinal tract to repair, support a healthy environment and the healthy proliferation of beneficial bugs, as opposed to stress, which does the exact opposite. So there you have it. You have many lifestyle modifications for stress, but Tulsi, Ashwagandha, Bacopa, 3 classic herbs to help us cope with stress. So with stress, we can feel it, we can endure it more like water off a duck's back, as opposed to having it impact us, take us out, and then we must find a way to recover. Oftentimes borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, and then going into further debt. Why not use these herbs to kind of help borrow money and vitality from these herbs, as opposed to depleting our personal bank account ability to handle and cope with stress. Thanks for listening. I'm Dr. John Douillard. Do you like this video? Don't forget, to subscribe and share.
This recording is brought to you by LifeSpa, where ancient Ayurvedic wisdom meets modern science. Get access to free health video newsletters by Dr. John at LifeSpa.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.